and welcome for the very first time to The Honest Ascent. It's great to have you. My name's Ian, and I'm currently out, I was going to say on an evening run, but it's more of a hobble at the moment. I'm pretty sure I've got a meniscal tear in my right knee to go with the two that I've had in my left knee about 10 years ago. But yeah, I'm out enjoying some fresh air after a day at work, and I wanted to tell you about the channel. What is The Honest Ascent? Who am I? And why have I started this channel? And I guess the main reason why I've started it is I've reached a point in my life, I'm 45 years of age, and I think over the last 10 years I've learned to accept myself, I guess is the simplest way of putting it. You know, understanding what makes me happy, who I am, what makes me tick, and running and being outdoors is a big part of that, as you'll come to learn and understand. But I think the major point being here is that, again, over the last, say, 10 years, I say 10 years, probably more, but certainly over the last 10 years, I find myself striving to always be better in all aspects of my life. The way I look, I had my teeth straightened a few years ago now, my health, my fitness. As I've got older, you know, through my 30s into my 40s, I've been very conscious of maintaining my fitness, you know, so I can be here for hopefully a long time, watch my kids grow up, etc. You know, I've always been fit and active, and I suppose like a lot of people, I don't want to get old, so I've been really conscious and aware of the way I eat, my lifestyle. I say fitness and sort of training, running, gym is a big massive part of that and who I am. So I suppose the point of what I'm saying is that the reason for this channel is to hopefully try and inspire other people who are at a probably, you know, similar stage of life to me, that just want to be the best self. I know that might sound a bit cliche, but I'm on a journey. I'm still on a journey. I'm not a fitness influencer. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not an expert in any of those fields. I've learned a lot in the last 10-15 years. You know, I read a lot. I absorb a lot of content. You know, people that I'm influenced by. And I'd like to think at this stage of my life, like I said, 45, nearly 46, that I've got, you know, something to share, something to offer, and I'm hoping that by sharing some of my passions, running, especially trail running, you know, out in the Lake District, Wales, we're off to Portugal in a couple of weeks' time with the family. I certainly plan on getting out and enjoying some of the scenery there. I hope that can inspire anybody watching this video. You know, perhaps people, like I said, looking to improve themselves and just constantly be better. You know, to enjoy the outdoors. So yeah, so like I said, this is me. I'm out this evening, just locally in Crosby in Liverpool. As I say, I've just stopped to walk for a minute, so I'm not panting at the camera, but also to give my my poorly knee a rest. I've actually registered for my first ultra trail event in September. At the moment, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do that. I've sort of been very pessimistic, I guess, about that, but thankfully, I mean, tonight the knee, I can feel it, it's still sore, it's uncomfortable. I wouldn't want to be running too far, but it's gradually feeling better, so I'm crossing my fingers that I might be able to make it. I'd love to do it. So it's a baby trail run in the context of trail ultra events. It's a 35-mile 13 valleys, but it's actually the 5 valleys event up in the Lake District, so I'm hoping I can make it, even if I end up having to walk a lot. We'll see. So yeah, I'm just out trying to progress the training tonight. So that's a little bit about me, the channel. The other thing, I suppose, the important point of this channel is that, you know, I'm very real, very candid, authentic. Again, I know potentially all cliche words, but that is me. You know, this is me. I'm putting myself out there. I'm not comfortable doing this. Talking to a camera is pretty foreign, but you know, we're giving it a go. Again, this is all part of my development. So, like I said, anyone that's got vague interest in, you know, the sort of things that I've got interest in, hopefully I can share stuff that's that will interest you and be inspirational. And we'll see. I shall now hand you over. I'm going to introduce you to the professional me, the Ian of a daytime, and sort of what I do as a profession, because again, hopefully there are lots of things that I can share based on my, you know, knowledge and experience at this stage of my life that is valuable. So thank you for listening, and hopefully you'll stay around to listen for more. Take care. Hi everybody, welcome back. So today I thought I would introduce you to the professional side of me. As you know by now, by day and for the last 20 years I have been an independent financial advisor. So yeah, today I'm in the Liverpool office of the firm that I work with, which is called Mark Until Wealth. I'll put a link to our website up on the screen, so you can visit that and find out more if you want to. But yeah, this is hopefully a little bit of insight to me and the day job, if you like. As I say, I've been advising for 20 years, and basically I look after individuals, business owners, and help them, you know, make the right decisions at often crucial times in their life, in the areas of pensions, you know, planning towards the retirement that they want, helping people with all of the options at the point of retirement, which again are quite varied now since 2015 with the flexibilities that George Osborne brought in. General investment advice and savings, again, you know, making sure that people's hard-earned money is working hard for them, and doing the, you know, working tax efficiently. And I suppose for people at a certain stage of life, or that have, you know, maybe done well, it's a case of preserving that wealth and making sure that the wealth can pass on as tax efficiently as possible to the next generation. You know, so mitigating inheritance tax, the use of family trusts, and also protecting people. You know, protection of both individuals and families and businesses should things go wrong. You know, that's crucial and fundamental in my view to good solid financial planning. You know, it's great to think about the long term, the future, but you know, as I've learned over my 20-year career, it's important to protect what we've got now. You know, the eventuality that could happen next week if, God forbid, somebody died, or became seriously ill, or lost their ability to work. You know, my job as an advisor is to help make sure that financially people, you know, their families, their businesses can still operate and function. So, you know, I take a lot of pride in what I do, and I think hopefully a theme that I intend to run through this channel is one of authenticity and integrity. And I think, you know, for anyone that knows me that might be watching this, you know, that they'll probably agree that, you know, I'm not the best salesperson in the world. I'd hate to be one, to be fair. I've always viewed my job as being one of an advisory capacity. You know, I like to help people. I like to give them good solid advice. I suppose I often treat people as if they were my mum or my dad or a close friend. How would I advise them? And that's the way I sort of, that's the sort of the compass that I use, if you like. So as I say, I'd hate to come across like I'm a salesperson. I don't think I do. And I'd like to believe that, a lot of the clients that I still work with now, that they've stuck with me through all of these years because of the person that I am, the way that I look after them, the honesty and the authenticity. A couple of words that, obviously are repeating now, but that's the way I do the job. It's the way I like to do the job, the way I think it should be done. Over the years, don't get me wrong, I think because I do tend to view a lot of people as almost a friend. I've got very disheartened and disappointed at certain points over my career where clients, perhaps when I've left a role, they haven't come with me and I thought they would, or for whatever reason, that the relationship has just sort of come to an end. Because I'm a very loyal person myself, I have historically taken it quite personally, and I think over the last sort of decade or so of my personal development and and where I am now as a almost 46-year-old person, I have learned not to take things so personally. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with the way I do my job. Obviously, in this professional capacity that you see me in today, I know I do a good job. I know I do the right thing by people. And if that's not enough for some people, then that's their prerogative, isn't it? They don't have to stay with me. But over the years, as I say, I had sometimes taken things personally, but I've learned not to now. I believe in sort of me and what I do, and the vast majority of people that I come across, I think that they sort of see that as well. Hence the reason why I look after a lot of people that I've done for a good number of years now. So yeah, that's a little bit about me in the professional day job. This isn't sort of what what really drives me, to be honest with you. That's where my running and my passion for the outdoors, that's sort of the escape from sometimes this job, which can be quite stressful, as you can imagine. Being responsible for people's finances, it is quite a stressful job. So I think one of the things that sort of pulled me into running a good decade or more ago now was just that ability to get away, to escape, just be out in the open, fresh air, and escape the quite stressful environment that this world of financial planning can sometimes bring. So yeah, that's it. As I say, there's links to our website if you want to find out more about me, the firm. You've got the website link, which obviously was on the screen earlier. And I will speak to you again soon, hopefully about some topics that will be helpful to you. If anyone at this stage has got any questions or any particular issues or topics that they would want me to talk about, by all means, you can pop a comment, and I will certainly look to film a video. I will be filming some content anyway, just about areas, topics that I think are helpful, sort of issues that I come across regularly anyway. But yeah, I shall speak to you again very soon.